Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Let's Taste with the Intrepid Wino. My name is James Scaresbrook. Thank you very much for joining me on this edition. We are pushing past 200 editions of Let's Taste, and I'm really excited to be receiving samples on a somewhat regular, semi-regular basis. It really is very humbling to know that there are wine producers, wine companies out there who are interested to know what I think of some of their wines, their new releases. And on the next couple of editions of Let's Taste, I will be looking at some wines from a producer that I have looked at before, Heartland Wines. They're based in Langhorne Creek in South Australia. The winemaker is Glaetzer, a name fairly well known in Australian winemaking circles. And on this particular edition, I'm looking at a wine I think I have looked at before in a previous vintage, I have to assume. It is the Spice Trader Shiraz Cabernet Sauvignon 2015 vintage, recommended retail 17 Australian dollars. I believe that, I think on a previous edition of Let's Taste, looking at Spice Trader wines, I think I looked at a Shiraz, a Cabernet Sauvignon, and then the blend. So interested to see what this new vintage of that blend has to say. Again, I assume it was a previous vintage. So Shiraz Cabernet, is it Shiraz Cabernet or Cabernet Shiraz that is kind of the great Australian blend? I'm not entirely sure. I think like Penfold's been 3 at 9 is Cabernet Shiraz usually. But I know that is it Tyson Stelzer who does the Great Australian Red competition, and I believe it is a blend of those two varieties. So, $17. Nice and pretty on the nose, nice and inviting, really classic notes. The Cabernet, even though I'm assuming based on the fact that it is a Shiraz Cabernet label, the Cabernet is probably a smaller part of the blend. However, it is really taking over the aromatics. I do get those classic Cabernet aromatics of Cassis. There's a little bit of a dusty, stalky, kind of almost mentholy kind of character. Just a little bit of Shiraz aromatically. I'll be interested to see if that is consistent on the palate. So that's taste. Quite juicy, reasonably soft, nice supple tannins here. Just a bit of sweetness towards the back, quite fresh. I'm actually pretty impressed with that. $17, that is a very, very solid red wine. You know, at that kind of price point, it's likely that there are some decent volumes in that wine. So to get that kind of that quality of wine at that price point is no mean feat. So it really does speak a lot to the skill of Ben Glaetzer as the winemaker, and I commend him for that. I would recommend that wine absolutely for the price, even more so if you can get it on discount at your large wine retailer of choice. Yeah, solid drinking. Really good fruits. The alcohol is really well integrated. It finishes quite clean. Bonza, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, and yeah, recommend, absolutely recommend. Thank you very much, Heartland Wines, for very generously donating a sample bottle for me to taste on Let's Taste. I do appreciate it. And of course, if you as a wine producer would like to have your wines profiled here on Let's Taste with the Intrepid Wino, please do get in contact with me. You can do that via my website, intrepidwino.com. You can follow me on social media at Intrepid Wino on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are watching this on Facebook, please hit that like button and follow me on Facebook. Leave a comment below, like this video, share it on social media. And yeah, come and visit my website. Lots of other information there. Lots of writing I've done in the past, as well as my podcast, the Vincast. Another episode coming up very soon, I'm sure. But until next time, guys, cheers.